Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I'm talking very quietly because it is 5:45 in the morning and I don't want to disturb anybody nearby. It is an absolutely beautiful morning here at John O'Groats and I'm about to break down the tent and head across west, across the top of the coast towards the Highlands. I cannot wait. Let's have it. So let me show you my view. How cool is that? Well, it really is a beautiful morning and I was up super early, having not slept very well at all because it was so cold. I've only packed my summer sleeping bag and it is summer. Light and flimsy, and it was probably about 6 degrees last night, so I slept in my clothes in the sleeping bag and I've been awake since about 3 AM and I got up and said hello to you all and then went back to bed, and I'm glad I did because I now feel a bit more refreshed. So I'm going to pack away and then try and find somewhere to eat something and have a hot drink. I think everywhere's still shut. I mean, it's still only 20 to 8 now, but I will then hit the road and we are heading for the mountains. It's the Highlands of Scotland today and it's going to be amazing. So we're heading west across the top and I will stop at Dunnet Head because that is the most northerly point, even though John O'Groats claims all the glory, just like down south where Land's End gets all the glory. It's really Lizard Point, which is the most southerly. So that's the plan. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, the tent's down and there is warmth in that gorgeous sun, which makes me even more excited about getting round to the west and the Highlands. There are mountains with my names on it. I'm so glad that I didn't just jump up straight away at I don't know, 5:45, whatever time it was, because I feel much more refreshed because I did sleep for a bit longer and I've warmed up because I was absolutely frozen. It was a really cold night. So let's get on our way. I think the first port of call is going to be Dunnet Head. Don't need to put anything in the sat-nav at the moment, that's all self-explanatory enough. Well, that was a good place to be for the night, even though it was a bit cold. I'm going to bother trying to get a coffee here. I don't think anything will be open yet. It's a bit too early. Anyway, that was really good. I can only start to imagine how brutal it must be living here through the winter months. If it's not snow covered, the winds and the rain, and I can imagine it's very harsh. But beautiful right now. I do love to see an old phone box. Looking a bit sorry for itself though. There's the ferry for the Orkney Isles, which would feel even more remote. I've got to say, you really can notice the difference with the air quality right up here. It's so clear and fresh. There's no pollution apart from the odd motorcycle trundling around, and camper vans and cars and stuff like that, but my gosh, you really can see for miles when the weather's good. Is that tea room open in half a mile? Breakfast would be nice. What time is it? 8:30. I bet I'm still too early. Time for a little diversion off of the NC500 route now. Dunnet Head, 5¼ miles. 5½ miles to the viewpoint. I've got to go and see it. I don't think I've ever been. Last time I was here I rode straight past. So it would be good to be able to say I am standing on the most northerly point of mainland UK. I'd like to get myself up to Nordkap and be on the most northerly point of mainland Europe, but that's for another trip. I can feel warmth in that sun, this is so good. There's a reveal, look at that. And that looks like a stunning house. It would be quite something living out here, quite what you'd do to earn a living or not, I don't know. Seems to be a lot of sheep farming. I don't think there's a lot of money in sheep farming. There's certainly no money in wool. Which seems a real shame, a waste of a natural resource. Okay, Dunnet Head viewpoint, 3 miles. So I've almost run out of land. Oh, it's beautiful. And it really does make a difference having a blue sky. Of people wild camping. Perhaps I should have done that last night, but I was very grateful of the shower and the chance to get warm. Maybe tonight, who knows, we'll see. Viewpoint, lots of camp vans. Apparently this lighthouse is 80 metres high. No, it's not, it's 20 metres high, but it's standing on the edge of an 80 metre sheer cliff. Now I'm not going to pay here, even though it says that, so I'm only going to be here for a moment, and one doesn't tend to pay on a motorcycle anyway. So there we have it, Dunnet Head, most northerly point of mainland Britain. Welcome. Well, it is a real pleasure to be here, I must say. That's a fabulous place to have breakfast. It's a beautiful morning. I can get no further north, not without catching a boat somewhere. Really enjoyed that. That was well worth the 10-mile detour. Now it's time to get back on the road, work my way west towards the Highlands and find breakfast somewhere because I am starving. Great place to camp for the night. Well, that was extremely good indeed. I enjoyed that a lot. Right, I need to find food. Through Castle Town. Nice clear signposting again. I haven't noticed any signposts in the other direction. I have been looking over my shoulder from time to time. There was one sort of, but I think generally the route is done anti-clockwise, east to west. Of course, when I did it the last time 18 months ago, I did it the other way around. So this is nice. I get to see the views from a different direction, a different perspective. This is probably why I don't remember very many or any signs last time. I don't know. Could be completely wrong. So I'm just getting into Thurso now. Breakfast is calling. Sure I will find something. Very quiet. It is Sunday. It's only 9:30. So I may be out of luck. I may have to get something a bit further on, maybe at Tongue, I don't know. Everything looks pretty sharp. On the hunt for breakfast, I'm afraid. There's a fuel station up here. Quite what it will be serving, I don't know. One thing I have noticed is I have the road to myself. I've barely seen another vehicle, and it's early August. I know the summer so far generally across the UK has been a bit of a washout. Maybe that's an understatement. Perhaps that's kept people away, but it's deserted. It is 20 to 10 now, so it's not like it's super early. Beautiful moorlands, beautiful heather. beautiful twisty road. I wasn't filming as I arrived here, and it all came at me quite quickly, but I gave a little cheer of happiness. There's a sign, come in, we're open for food, 9 AM till 8 PM, and I can see people in there eating. Hooray! Food to eat. I can't even begin to say. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful countryside. So happy. Hello, I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you all. I'm so hungry. So we're all set and good to go. It's now 18 degrees. I can't believe how lucky I am after 2.5 weeks of solid rain to be here in the sunshine with this beautiful weather. Not quite as warm as I thought. That was that 18 degrees was a bit optimistic. It was where the bike was parked up in the sunshine, I think. 14.5 degrees. I'm not grumbling though. Another solitary phone box. I love them. Of course, I can remember when they were commonplace, as I'm sure most of my viewership can, and mobile phones didn't exist. I actually preferred it then. I wonder how many of you guys preferred the pre-mobile phone, pre-internet age. I've certainly seen simpler. Well, I'm getting in that situation where I turn the camera off and then I go around the next bend and think, no, I need to be filming this, so I turn it back on again instantly, which means I'm going to be overrun with footage. So I may well be splitting this episode in two. Maybe as I get closer to the Highlands I'll finish this episode and then start another one with all the mountains. I don't know, we'll work it out as we go along. All I know is this is glorious. Literally turned the camera off a second ago, I've turned it straight back on again. I'm a lost cause for sure. I just don't want you to miss anything. How could I not film that bend? Beautiful waves. Look like that'd be good surfing waves to me, not that I would know, my son Ben would. Beautiful beach. I am loving this. 3 weeks, the scenery's slowly been getting bigger. I started off in the Yorkshire Dales and it was stunning and beautiful, but on a smaller scale to this. And then I made my way to the Lake District, and again it was stunning and beautiful, but on a slightly larger scale. And now here I am in Scotland, where it is stunning and beautiful, and the scale has increased again and is about to be pumped full of steroids as I get to the Highlands. I just love standing on the pegs and floating through the scenery. Going over this bridge, I think. Yeah. We have priority. We being me and all my good friends watching the channel. Some pretty dramatic mountains there. I have no idea what they're called, their names are, but they're all beautiful. This is just huge, a huge landscape. The words big country come to mind, which will forever remind me of the 80s rock band from Scotland. Managed to make guitar sound like bagpipes. Stuart Admonson, no longer with us unfortunately. But it is just big country. Proper mountains. Castle on the little headland there. Not sure if you can see that. This is quite something. The obligatory supermarket delivery van, you see them everywhere. If you are going to be delivering groceries, why not do it here? Well, this is really nice. I can smell seaweed in the sea. pretty sure there is rain ahead. I can even see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a cloud is reaching down to the ground. That has got to be some pretty heavy rain. Either that or somebody's installed a stairway to heaven. I knew the sunshine was going to be a fleeting thing, and I'm okay with that. I can also feel it getting colder. Can you see that? It's just like this line of cloud vertically reaching down to the mountain. It's quite incredible, really. Wonder if I'm going to ride right under that. Liverpool, 93 miles. To feel the first specks of rain now. I had a good run. It's 11:30. Got a good few hours under my belt without getting rained on. Look at this! Wow! 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 Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Single track road. Right, the rain is coming in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find somewhere to pull over, switch the GoPro about so that it's waterproof. I'll have to lose the external mic, and then I'm probably going to end this episode and then pick it up immediately again in the next episode, because I have so much footage already that that first stretch across the top of Scotland is an episode in itself, and this now is getting into the mountains, so I just need somewhere to pull over before everything gets too wet. Hopefully when I get down to this little bay I can do so, maybe even here. Well, I'm going to go for it here, maybe not. Here. Yeah, it's nice having the company of a Defender. I do have such a soft spot of those old Land Rovers, as anybody who watches this channel knows. Okay. There is definitely a whole load of weather just over there. Well, the rain is definitely setting in, and it's because I'm in the mountains. As you can see behind me, it looks absolutely beautiful, apart from the dark skies. So I think this is a good place to end today's video, because we've worked our way across the top of Scotland. We're getting into the Highlands now, and I'm going to start the next episode immediately after I finish this one. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.